and found some tome written by Leonardo da Vinci about how the body works, and this is what we know. And I wanted it to have that feel. And there's definitely a combination in it of over 2 decades worth of, blood, sweat, and tears. As you will see when you open the book, to one of the first pages, my before picture, where I'm built like that. And no matter what I did for years, I just couldn't put on weight. I couldn't build the physique that I wanted when I opened up those comic books, or when I went to the movies and saw those movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It wasn't happening for me no matter what I did, and it was incredibly discouraging. And one of the first chapters in the book, I talk about failure, and I talk about how it was a necessary part of my DNA. I needed to fail, and I needed to get embarrassed, and I needed to get angry about it. And the result was, more than 2 decades searching out the greatest trainers on the planet. And what you have and will have in your hands, or have in your hands already, actually, is the sum total of everything that I found. And it's the truth. I don't work in fitness. I don't make my money in fitness. And the really appealing thing, and what Simon & Schuster was so great about letting me do was to tell the truth. Because I think there's a lot of misinformation out there in the fitness world. There's a lot of theories and ideas that float around from people who just want your money. And they just want to put their hand in your pocket, and they want to keep giving you the new thing, this newfangled piece of equipment that's going to get you there. And you watch those late-night infomercials, and it's just a bunch of people whose physiques were obviously not built by those products demonstrating these pieces of junk. And not to say some of them work, and some of them are okay here and there, but they're not the total picture. And what's in that book is how you do it. I've never touched a steroid. I've never touched a human growth hormone. I've done this completely clean. And this is what works. No judgment on anybody that does. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love professional sports, and as we all know, God knows what everybody is on these days. But I'm not. It's not a judgment on anyone else. It's just the kind of life experience that I had. I hope that someday I would be in a position to show people how it was done the right way, or how it was done in the clean way. I shouldn't say the right way, the clean way. And these workouts, those 6 weeks of workouts that you find in Chapter 6. Those are the 6 weeks of workouts exactly that I did to get camera ready for my first shirtless scene in True Blood in season 3. As designed by my trainer Ron Matthews, who is the greatest trainer in the world. And he designed this workout, and what it is, it's a combination of everything that we knew and forgot about, whether it was the old strongman techniques to the 1950s Russian power lifters, plus what we know about diet, nutrition, and some of the machines that I believe work. And it's all of those techniques, plus the diet, the cardio. It's got everything. So everything you need is there. And I just want to say this, and I'll open it up for questions. What I'm asking for with this book is the hopes that, not that everybody does their best. That's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for you to believe that there's a place beyond that you can go to where the real results lie. I want you to get to a place like I did. I tried to get into the best shape that I could. But what I did was I found that I wound up working harder than I ever thought possible. And the results were better than I ever thought possible. I never thought in a million years I'd be standing here at a podium talking about my first book. The fact is, and this is like that number 359 that's in that chapter, and you'll read that chapter and you'll understand what that means to me, but it's about taking a dream that's impossible, breaking it into small, digestible pieces, and just beating each one of those pieces repeatedly, one after another, taking those steps, and before you know it, you're somewhere you never thought was possible. And so with that, here I am, somewhere I never thought was possible, launching my first book. So I'll open it up for questions, but thank you all for being here.
I just have to say, I only read up to the 360, whatever.
359.
359. It was 369. 359, and I came here because my daughter is in love with you, and she's in college.
Where is she?
She's in college, so if you can say hi, Jacqueline, that would be great.
In the phone right now?
In the phone,
Are
yes.
you recording right now?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Jacqueline.
So this is her Christmas present.
Okay.
But, you know, in reading the beginning, I just thought it was so great about how you used failure as fuel. And how, you know, I think you just really hit the nail on the head with the problems with today is that, you know, we don't want our kids to fail, whereas we're constantly encouraging them, but how to use that. And I find the book very intriguing, so I'll probably read it before I give it to her. But I think it was great how you're using back to basics in
Oh,
this.
thanks. Thank
So
you. Yeah, I mean the book says everything that I want to say, you know,
Yeah.
and it's the fitness book that I always wanted to read.
Yeah.
And just because of the timing, I was just lucky enough that I got to be the one that said all of this stuff that, you know, I wanted said.
Right.
So
That was
yeah,
great. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I was just wondering, where does your motivation come from?